As part of this segment, we have Anuja Manohar Terkar with us. She's an advocate practicing before labor and industrial courts in Pune. Not only is Anuja a seasoned professional, but she's also a POSH trainer and sits as an external member for more than 15 companies. She's also currently the Vice President of Labor Law Practitioners Association at Pune. Thank you so much for joining us, Anuja.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anuja, so my first question is, can you share some insights into the current state of implementation and awareness of the POSH law in Pune? How effectively are organization adhering to these regulations?
Yeah, basically, I am in this field for more than now 8 years. So initially, the implementation was very low, as most of the employers, they are basically not aware about the act and basically the importance of the subject, because of the many points are the things. Because in Pune we have most of the industrial belt and the automobile industry, basically the manufacturing sector. It is dominated by the manufacturing sector, and basically the most of the workforce is regional, local basically. And there are most of the issues related to the union and the other factors which definitely affects the POSH, because of the family pressures and other things. So basically, I'm mostly associated with the manufacturing company. But after 2019 or 20, the awareness is now increasing. So many manufacturing industries, they are now introducing the female workforce at the shop floor, which was very rare before 2 3 years back. So most of the employers, they are now introducing female workforce at the workforce, and simultaneously they are now arranging the awareness sessions frequently. For POSH, definitely yes, but for the behavioral issues also. See, that's why. So nowadays, the frequency of the trainings basically and the implementation is on a higher side. That is the positive change and welcome change by in our area. So that is the thing. And in service industries, basically, I am associated with schools also. So they are also introducing the policies, various policies, not only POSH, but regarding the gender equality and most of the other things related to this. So the basically the effectiveness of POSH and constitution of IC, it is increasing. So that is the positive change now we are experiencing in our region. That is a good thing. So I'm happy with that right now.
That's
Yeah.
great to know. That's great to know,
Yeah.
Anuja.
Yeah.
Considering that there is so much of unorganized sector in Pune,
Yeah.
and also given your role as an external member for so many
Mm.
institutions and so many establishments with various backgrounds, can you
Right.
elaborate the most common type of cases that you've handled, or that you come across, and how do you assist organizations in handling and resolving these matters?
Okay. Basically, in most of the organizations, the cases we receive, they are of mental harassment. There is some
Right.
element of physical harassment, but it is difficult for the female employee, because as I mentioned, most of the female employees, they are from the what we can say, local workforce. So rate of illiteracy is also on a higher side for them. So it is very difficult for them to come forward and lodge a complaint. Basically, that
Right.
is the first challenge we face. So it is necessary to have a regular awareness trainings. So that is the most difficult challenge which I face. If they are not coming forward and lodging a complaint, even if you have the mechanism in place, but because of the family pressure, or as I mentioned, the pressure of other colleagues, basically male colleagues. So they basically they do not want to share their experiences. There are lots of cases, but some of the major cases in which I have handled, uh, the main issues involved of a mental harassment. So main in many of the cases we took the help of counselors also, And in some of the cases, positive cases, one or two cases which I need to mention, in which the victim or complainant, not victim, the complainant, they came forward and they recorded their statements. They gave all the evidences, and because of that they proved their case. That is the good thing about two or three major cases which I have handled. There are many cases basically in which we dealt with the cases in which we arrived at settlement, conciliation, because they are petty cases which we receive. The frequency of the cases is now increasing in
Right.
most of the organizations. Now the female employees, they come forward and they lodge the case. That is the good change, another good change which I am experiencing. But in other cases, in sad to mention, in three or four cases, due to the pressure of the others and the family pressure, they withdrew the case because of lack of evidence also. And practical implementation, basically the problem is there are no witnesses for this, or
Right.
they fail to come forward. And even if they want to help the complainant, but they are not ready due to the all other factors, and due to the threaten to their job. IC member, we are we need to handle the case according to the bracket of the law. So
Right.
that is the major issue. But in two or three cases, I must say ki the girls, basically girls, not they are of age 23, 24. They lost the complaint. They proved their complaint with the evidence, and that is a good thing or good message for the organization also, and for other employees also. And because of that, the employer, he came to know about the various things. See, in our region, the workforce, or in the companies in which I am associated, the workforce is more than 1,500, including
Right.
all the things. So it is difficult for the employer also. So, but in recent case which I have handled, in which the housekeeping lady, she came forward. She is illiterate. She came forward. She lodged the complaint against the two supervisors, and it is a typical case of POSH. But she gave all the evidence, and accordingly we resolved the issue, because we need to increase the awareness. So they
Right.
are
Correct.
reluctant. That is the main issue which I face. But personally, I visit all the organizations, and I discuss the things with IC also, and with the employees also. So that initiative now I have taken. I visit the organization personally and discuss with the employees, basically, not only with the IC members.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Anuja, is there
Yeah.
any specific strategy that you can share with us that will help us in effectively combating harassment and discrimination?
Yeah. That's all. The basically the dialogue. If we
Right.
consider this particular region, the dialogue is the main thing. We need to
Right.
create that trust and confidence on IC. Basically, the employees, they don't trust IC in many of the organization, even if we display the numbers and names. But in service sector, the experience is different. But mostly in manufacturing sector, the lady employees, they want to discuss some things. So it is the role of IC also and the employer also to basically to listen to them. That is their requirement. And then after that, if they build a trust, then definitely we can create a good atmosphere, basically. And that is the main thing right now in my mind, to create a good dialogue with the employees. Because of the diversification, it is basically there is a gap between the employer and the female employees especially. So and most of the complaints, they are unheard right now, because of lack of communication. That is the main problem. But the we have to actually create some easy modules, easy access.
Yeah.
IC is accessible, but we need to have one more contact point for them.
Okay, Anuja, thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
And also,
yeah,
as we conclude this conversation, what
yeah.
aspects of Anvay are you most excited about?
Basically, the speakers and the topics, basically. Those are the most recent topics. And
Right,
as nowadays, the organizations, they are combination of the foreign policies as well as Indian policies. So we need to bridge that also. Why I'm saying that? Because I'm receiving or recently I have received the complaints in which the female employees, they alleged against expats.
right,
So, see, there are cross cultural issues also, so it
absolutely.
creates misunderstanding. So basically global dialogue is very important. So that is the most interesting thing about this particular conference, and I'm excited about that, to listen to the speakers.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
that, Anuja,
yeah,
and thank you
yeah.
for joining us as part of this segment as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.